Hello everyone, and welcome to the always scenic Ile Notre Dame here in the middle of, I believe, the St. Lawrence River. I guess I didn't do nearly enough research. Race for you. It's season 11. That's right, it's a beautiful AM Tuesday here tonight. I am Kid and Petter, about to steer you on this journey as I try to find someone who hasn't invalidated. Looks like a cheesehead heading into turn 10. But I'm joined alongside, as always, by Andy Wu. And Andy, I heard you're getting a little toasty tonight.
Yeah, I think, not counting qualifying, of course, as iExotic is already retired in the pits. I think I might play a little drinking game here in AM2. I had a lot of retirements in the pits last week, but I think I'm going to say every retirement will take a shot in celebration. But yeah, we're here in Montreal. A tough circuit that we haven't seen on the schedule for quite a while now.
Season 8, round 5.
Yeah, a long time ago. I think I was a mere boy back then, and I've now graduated into manhood since then. But we are, tough track, a lot of walls, a lot of chicanes, good action though. Oh my goodness, I'm on board with Bergie as he fishtailed all the way through. Out of the corner, they're going onto the back straight. But yeah, tough track, fun race though. Well,
some interesting action so far. Texas Tornado goes P1. So the top 5 from last week, the finishing order in Bahrain is all top 5 right now. Oops, I jinked it. MVD Chewy in that McLaren did not finish last week, but he bumps out last week's winner, so promising turn of pace perhaps on the cards for Chewy. Johnny Damon back at it again, reserving. He had a pretty surprising P3 after starting fairly deep in the grid in Bahrain, and he's looking to keep it up here. I think he might be not too far away from a full-time seat if this persists.
Yeah, definitely. We did find out last week in our post race interviews that he is our 3rd Canadian to make the grid this season. So now Chase is no longer alone, as he's back on his actual account this week. Pretty sure. Yep, there he is in 3rd. Tough race for him last week, but he was still able to get on the podium. But yeah, Johnny Damon, hopefully we can get him in a full-time seat here shortly. He'd be a fun addition to the grid here in AM2.
Yeah, he seemed like a very jovial guy to talk to.
Yeah.
Perhaps he is the real Johnny Damon. After he blew a point.
We never know. I don't think the real Johnny Damon would tell us that he's the real Johnny Damon.
Yeah, that is true. It is true. And that is a 3-time All-Star Johnny Damon. I think 2-time World Series champion. Deathstorm on a flying lap. I think posthumously finished 12th last week, so actually moving backwards. But boy, he does need a bit of a turnaround. Thought maybe a new season would bring him a little better luck. Apparently not, as he sweeps around the 2nd sector. Here's Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. A balmy hour and a half or so this evening. This is clouds are moving in currently, and we'll have overcast conditions for the race into turn 10. That I didn't know it had a name until a couple of minutes before broadcast. It is a Le Pingen. No, something like that. I do remember.
Is that the chicane, or is that the corner
that's the hairpin? It's the hairpin.
Oh, the hairpin. Okay.
Yeah, it's the hairpin. I do remember Martin Brundle getting in a lot of trouble back in the day for. I think he was talking maybe some slurs about special needs people putting together the track at turn 10 when the asphalt kept coming up. Over the course of a race weekend, I'm not sure exactly if I remember all that. Here is Ian Warren. He's starting the lap. Let's go to Dream, who finished P8 last week. One of the guys on the periphery of championship competition going into the season. If he finished, what he finished last year? 6th?
Secure Perks? Who? Who are we talking about?
Yeah. I already lost mine. No, I was talking about...
I forgot who you were talking about.
It's about Dream. Yeah.
Oh, Dream? Yeah, I think he was 4th, maybe?
No, she said was 4th.
Oh. Okay, yeah, so he was like the second person to pick their car. So
yeah, I think he was 5th, actually. Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
In the Mercedes, though.
Yeah,
you know,
so...
nice car. Good car. Maybe good results. We shall see.
And apparently that was an outlap. The game lied to me. Again.
God, you were really bad about that.
Well, how am I supposed to know?
I think that was a hot lap.
It's just a... Alright, so I guess it was just didn't pop up right away. E1 coming across the line as well. That'll be P9 for Nebraska's finest. Shout out to Alex Gordon. We're talking about outfielders from the early 2000s. Dream,
sure.
Still not on a hot... Oh wait, yep, definitely not Dream. But still, if you look at that, I mean, it says 0 laps. If you're just reading through here, it would appear that he is on a hot lap. It does not. He's already set a lap, and it says 0 laps. That's what I don't get, Roadmasters. Oh, and we got a little bit of a situation here. That is Harrisplex and an Alpha Tauri. Not sure...
What is going on there? I guess he's just trying to get out of everyone's way.
Well, and Tin Man did not see him coming up on the back of him. I believe Tin Man might be facing a penalty for that. Unfortunately, Texas improves his lap time to 1:10.850. Still on provisional pole.
Pretty good lap there from Texas. Hopefully he doesn't become the flag tornado as he did last week. But...
Oh, look at Orlando.
Oh, wow.
Up into P2. That's a good time from him, but still 4/10 off nearly. Of the top times posted, she's had a little bit of a run-in with one of the Red Bulls. I think it might have been Deathstorm. Tricky exit to the pit lane around here. Obviously just a straight shot. It's kind of hard to anticipate when cars are coming out and when you're going to run into traffic. So
yeah, pretty tight grid here as both DK and Garvey jumped up into the top 4. DK with the fastest 3rd sector, so probably got all he could out of that final chicane. Pretty good lap there is Chase, even demotes DK there. He jumps into the 1.10s, but 4,000 separates the tops two.
So what kind of lap that is from Cheesehead? I think looks pretty clean. That is up into P3.
Man, look how tight this grid is. All the way back to 8th right now. Only about 5/10s. Secure the Perks jumps up in the 9th, but pretty far off of his pole position where he was last week. We won't talk about what happened in turn 1.
Yep, that is true. Express did, however, nearly match his season total from last year. Last week, with 1 point.
He's halfway there, man. Halfway there.
We'll see how he gets on. He did give us a heads up. He is drunk, so we'll have to see. I mean,
that's about the only way you can drive on this game, if we're being entirely honest.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps to be drunk. We also have a guy here who did not show up last week, but he is a rookie in AM2. It's Kev Quad 900. We'll see how he gets on. Not doing too hot right now with that invalidated lap, but he'll have at least one more go in him, if he so chooses.
Yeah, he is our 3rd Canadian to join the AM2 grid. Found him in the off season during some 5-lap lobbies. Very clean. Very American.
Yeah, definitely.
Normally Canadians are like the fast guys. You know, us Americans, you know, we kind of lack the pace, but you know, we're here for a good time, which is why AM2 is quite the show.
Always quite the show, and it's going to be tough here tonight. As I mentioned earlier, have not raced here as a league in a very, very long time. That would have been round 5 of season 8, so at the very start of the last game cycle We've not been back since, so I couldn't even find the replay of that race on our Twitch and YouTube. Just check out Contest of Speed, of course. That's a shameless plug. But I couldn't find anything, so I don't even know what happened in that race. And honestly, I mean, doing these races, I drink 6-7 beers in about an hour and a half. I can't remember it verbatim. So,
yeah, I mean, unless they're absolute bangers, they do kind of drift away from memory, like last week's race. I don't remember anything.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of lagging. Wing It had a very good battle with Chase, and then he came out on top. Chase finished.
I don't remember any side-by-side action.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure, we watched the same race.
I mean, it definitely slowed down towards the end, but I mean, it was overall, it was a pretty good race. Kev Quad goes P12, by the way. Let's check up front. Let's see who is closer. Is it Tin Man? Tin Man looks like he's on the back straight. DRS is open. Looks like the ERS is deployed. I believe this is a hot lap. As he
it would be, but he invalidated.
And he invalidates 13-14. One of the easiest things to do on this game. Unfortunate.
Yeah, outside of spinning, I think corner cutting out of in that chicane is probably the second easiest thing to do on F1 2022.
Yeah, reading the comments here, we got BK and B Schultz. B Schultz? Skulls? 44? Apparently, BK won the race on track last night, but he had 6 seconds with penalties. And B Schultz on debut, after he absolutely demolished everyone in qualifying, won the race on debut. So before you know it, but I think track limits are going to be pretty important around here, if I'm being completely honest.
But yeah, I mean, we got about 14 different chicanes across the course of this lap. I think there's probably only 2 corners that aren't a part of a chicane, like the hairpin and the kink that turn. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Turn 5 kink. The fast right-hander in the first sector. Outside of those 2, I can't see any corner that's not a part of a chicane of some sort.
Yeah, I mean, this is typically a fun track in real life to watch races. Of course, who could forget the 2010, I believe, banger, won by Jensen Button. I think there's a 4-hour delay, or it was like a 4-hour race. There's a really long delay at some point during the race. One of the better races I've ever watched, but it is very hard in game to really make moves and whatnot. So, not really expecting a whole lot. I am expecting chaos with the walls this close. Looking for someone on a hot lap. Bergie has invalidated again. Chewy has invalidated. DK, is he on a lap? It looks like he is. He's up 6 hundredths through the first sector. Right along with him through the lovely woods of Ile Notre Dame.
Bergie was up half a second on his previous lap time. Down in 14th. Has the pace to jump up into the top 10, but invalidated. And I think that'll be the story of the... Oh my goodness, we had a big ol' wreck going into the final chicane. Seemed to be a miscommunication with Bergie.
I think is that Kev Quad?
Yeah, Wing It and Kev Quad, sorry. Yeah, Kev Quad is out.
Got it going again. But yeah,
yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Oh my goodness.
Ooh, DK is invalidated. Let's go on board Texas. Nope, he is invalidated. Let's go on board Cheesehead. And he is up nearly 4/10 of a second through this first sector. So a good lap, knock on wood.
Well, that was just after turn 1. He's 4/10 up as he is the sector line.
Cheesehead got big time cucked last week by some bad internet. Yeah. Still finished 5th. But Didn't do cost bets preseason, but I do think that Cheesehead was the odds-on championship favorite after finishing.
Well, that's because we didn't have a preseason. Dang.
That's right, we didn't. Deathstorm says, darn, invalid laps. Yeah, that's right, and I think we're going to get a lot of them, so beware, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, there's no chicks watching this. See Cheesehead as he comes to the line, a little bit of a bobble with the Wall of Champions. But that is going to be provisional pole from Cheesehead of 110.720. Chase in P3 is on a hot lap. The time has run out. This will be the last lap for everybody.
Chase is down about 210, so I expect an absolute yeet here through the final sector, or through the final chicane.
Yeet. Shout out to Chris Brown did that. Wound up in jail. He did kind of yeet that, staying close to the pit wall.
He improved
one spot.
He improved by about 2/10 to that final chicane.
He improves this. Orlando, he yeets it, but that's going to invalidate his lap. And that's
Texas
invalidated. Yeah, Texas, I think that might have been a second attempt. Harris is invalidated as he tries to head across the line one more time. Deathstorm only improves to P18.
Bergie also coming out of the final chicane out of fuel, so won't be able to improve there in the Ferrari. So definitely has pace according to one of his previous laps, but won't be able to set a lap to show it. Right down in 15th.
Well, that's a wrap from qualifying here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Cheesehead claims, I believe, his first AM2 pole of his career, actually, in P1. Chase looking like maybe last week wasn't a flash in the pan. Maybe he's a little bit more than a Bahrain specialist. He's going to be starting next to him. Texas. Garvey, DK, Wingit, who was caught up in an incident there, looked like with Kev Quad towards the end of qualifying. Johnny Damon, Orlando, Chewy, and Perks. Secure the perks. Hurry up, kids. Go ahead and secure those perks. That is your top 10. This evening, 20 cars, by the way. 18 full-time drivers signed up for this. Everybody set a lap except for iExotic, who I believe, you said he retired in the pits. He actually crashed on the Kevin Magnussen style on the start finish straight.
Yep. And it turns out Wingit was at fault for that incident in qualifying. He was very apologetic in our AM2 chat. But he did receive a 5-place grid penalty, so that would drop him out of the top 10. So Wingit has quite the drive ahead of him if you'd like to continue his winning ways here in season 11 of AM2.
Yeah, it looks like Wingit is in the old chat. He says, I have 60K on Dream in the top 5 and me into a wall by lap 3. That's a very extreme parlay. Speaking of which, I went to go try to gamble on some college basketball tonight. Then I kind of realized that I had to cancel my card because somebody in Chamblee, Georgia, bought $100 worth of Cinnabon Delights from Taco Bell on my account this afternoon. So shout out to them. Hopefully they're watching. Won't be able to gamble for another 5 to 7 business days, at least not online.
$100 of Cinnabon Delights. You could, they could have bought anything on the planet.
I called up to the lady at the Taco Bell, and she was like, "Yeah, honestly, we thought somebody would be calling after that." And I'm like, "Guess we've all had the munchies before."
Out of anything on this planet.
Oh God.
$100 to Cinnabon Delights.
Dude, Taco Bell. At least throw in like a cheesy burrito crunch or something.
Exactly. Okay.
All right.
We have more pressing matters.
Anyways, it's a short formation lap here, so let's run through it really quick. Cheesehead in first on the hard compound tires. Chase on the hard compound tires. Next to him, Texas on the mediums. He is the first on the mediums. It'll be 2-stop or 1-stop for these guys. We'll have to wait and see. BBR, A. Garvey in 4th on the hards. DK on the hards. Johnny Damon will be starting on the mediums in 6th. Orlando on the hards. Chewy on the hards. Secure the Perks on the hards. E. Warren on the hards. On the mediums, sorry. These guys have all moved up because of Wingett's collision that it looks like he's taking responsibility for in qualifying. He will start P11 on the hards. Kev Quad, the man he got into the incident with, is starting next to him on the hards as well. Dream and Express, the two Mercedes teammates, are the last two on the mediums overall. So that'll be fun to watch them try to fight through it. Bergie in 15th, Red Mask in 16th, Tin Man 17th, Deathstorm 18th, Harris 19th. Exotic was the only DNF of qualifying. He'll be starting Dead Plum last. Cheesehead has been disqualified, and that is not ideal on the hard compound tires.
Yeah, I don't even know how he managed that. Wasn't on board with them. But that does bode well for the guy who'll be starting directly behind him, Texas Tornado, on the mediums. Should get a much better start than the Alfa Romeo. Sorry, the Ferrari driver. I think the mediums are the play here on the start. Not sure what the strategy is going to be. I'm guessing medium hard or hard to medium by the tire selection, but over half the grid here on the hard tires. Yep. Look for the medium guys to make some noise here on the start here.
First of which will be Texas starting on the second row there behind the pole sitter Cheesehead. So we have a light glitch, and they're off from Circuit Gilles Villeneuve.
Good start from Chase.
Yeah, Chase gets a great start. Looks like Texas is going to be able to get past Cheesehead as well. We saw some bad blood between these guys last week in the race, but Texas does get off to a better start on those medium compound tires. Got a little bit of action further back. Express has not made it very far, and who is this? That is DK Nortec getting squeezed out to the first couple corners. Express died.
Express makes it two corners.
He made it out of turn 1. I'm not sure if this is a full safety car. I don't think it is.
Yeah, just a VSC.
Just a VSC. Hopefully he was involved by himself, but he was the guy who admitted to being drunk. So I mean, that could have been a solo mistake.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any wing damage. Oh wait, Red Mask completely missing his front wing there on the Haas. So he's not last. That is Exotic, but I believe Exotic was just taking it easy. But yeah, no front wing on the Haas there.
Red Mask will certainly be last after this lap. Of course, not preferable to not have a front wing. Not optimal in these modern day Formula 1 cars. Could have worked in like 1960, but not more.
Probably better this game than the last one with the new ground effect cars.
Still under VSC. Still
gotta watch out for any drive-through penalties for speeding with a VSC this long. It does help out Red Mask, who, oh wait, is Kev Quad spun? Kev Quad spun! Oh no!
Oh.
Out of turn 2. I believe he kept his front wing on the car, unlike his teammate, and I believe Secure the Perks may have lost it a little bit. Oh wait, no, we're back green.
Yeah, we're back green, and I think Secure the Perks has dropped it. Chewy has gotten by. Orlando is up into P6. Johnny Damon's up into P5. It was a good start from Perks. But unfortunately, things are not going too great right now. Not going too great for Haas either. They're dead last on the grid, at least in the running order. Red Mask puts on a soft pair of boots. Interesting decision there. Maybe hoping for a safety car, which is entirely possible around a circuit this short and compact. But further back, that's DK and Wingett. Ooh, boy, and Wingett on his teammate. So DK get a little squirrely. I think he was assist on the first lap, and oh yeah, DK. I think DK had a little bit of damage. Bernie already picking up a 3-second time penalty. Might be a long day in the cockpit for him. Let's go back up front. Check Texas Tornado on the choice compound tires, the mediums, as he is chasing down. Well, that's gonna sound weird. Chasing down Chase for the lead. I don't think it's going to be too difficult for him. But the longer the Chase can keep him behind, the better that'll that'll play out for the rest of the race for Jake.
Both of these guys absolutely running through their ERS, down to 50% after about half a lap of actual racing. So I think this bodes well for Chase. We saw him last week run through his ERS entirely.
Whoa!
Very quick.
Oh, and that is a little bit of contact there. BBR Garvey makes a surprise move into turn 10, the hairpin. Makes a little bit of contact with Cheesehead on the exit of the corner. And who is this?
Look
It's
at Johnny
Damon! It is Johnny Damon absolutely flying through. And who is that? That's Texas.
He's out.
Texas and Chase.
Spinning. Oh, I guess that was a move into the Wall of Champions chicane.
Oh boy,
my goodness,
Chase
what is
just
that?
taking off his wing, and we completely missed that because there was action at the back.
Oh my goodness.
What has happened there? Contact.
I think that would probably be Texas going for a move that probably wasn't on.
First lap of DRS. I don't think Texas made too many friends last week. If that's the case, I didn't make too many friends this week either.
That is a rough start. Oh. Dream! Oh no. Mercedes is around. Going on to the back straight. Does a quick flick spin, hits the wall. Hopefully didn't damage his rear wing there.
Oof. And things are not playing out too dissimilarly than last week. With Johnny Damon really capitalizing on everyone else's mistakes or bad luck. And he's up into P2.
There you go. He's going to be P1 here.
And he is an absolute rocket down the casino straight. And he'll get that move done before the final chicane even pops up. But the two that were running away with this race are now down in 11th and 17th respectively. We'll have to see what happened there. Ooh, got a very feisty little battle pack over here. It's right on board with E. Warren trying to make a move into turn 3 on Chewy. Chewy has to cut the corner. Can't go too wide through there, but Chewy will retain position for now at least. And that's broken him up a little bit. Unfortunately, Wing It and Bergie are trying to join the party as well.
Yeah, I think Chewy did the right thing there, cutting the corner to save the life of E. Warren, trying to make a ambitious move to one of those chicanes. It is really tough to make a move if you're side by side with someone entering one of those chicanes, but I think we'll see quite a few attempts. Don't know how successful they'll be as you go through the race here.
See, Exotic and Death Storm getting after it a little bit for P12.
Johnny Damon on a move. He's already broke DRS from BBR Garvey behind him, but I think you nailed it. He is a rocket in a straight line. That's going to be hard to pass as we get on later into this race.
If you're gonna start on those mediums, you gotta skedaddle. So Johnny Damon is skedaddling right now out in front of the pack. I think he's gonna break DRS here on this lap. 1.1 is the gap back to Garvey. In second, for now, Cheesehead is leading this lovely train all the way back to P8, almost P9, and if they can get it back to P9, it'll be P11. So pretty deep train going on. Shout out to Greg Olson, who will be commentating the Super Bowl in 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, Greg Olson, also known as G-Reg from the 7th Floor Crew, will be commentating the Super Bowl. So looking forward to that.
Great rapper.
Wish I could tell my 12-year-old self that G-Reg was going to be commentating the Super Bowl one day.
Oh, who's that around? Looks like a Haas, and I assume it's Kev Quad. It is out of...
Whoa, boy!
One of the chicanes in the middle sector. That was close.
Yeah, it is pretty close, and Quad not having the most memorable debuts tonight, but hey.
Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere. Not everybody can be B. Schultz, last night's AM3 winner on debut. So looking through here, I mean, you got the train, but really have Orlando, and he is bridging this gap from Cheesehead. Now, Cheesehead has taken contact at least twice that I've seen Once in turn 1 from Texas, and again in turn 10 from Garvey. So I do wonder, I don't think Tass is online yet for this season, but I do wonder if maybe he has some body damage, floor damage, something like that is compromising his race, but it hasn't been a great start from the pole sitter.
Well, again, he did have that formation lap problem wherever he got disqualified, so I'm not sure if he was at fault or if someone else was. But that would also play a factor in it. Wasn't really the pole sitter. He wasn't the first guy with hot tires.
Oh, you know what? I thought the Alec in this chat was Wing It. It was actually. I guess it makes sense now. That Alec is Express. So
whoa,
I mixed up Alex. Alex.
You got a couple Alex in AM2.
There's a lot of Alex going on. Alec with a C. Ricky in the comments says, watch out for Orlando already has Race Canada tonight in XP2. That is the cross-platform league that I believe is completely full. The race is on Tuesday afternoons now. Could come into it towards the end of the race. So good insight from Ricky. Didn't see a whole lot out of Orlando. I believe he actually was the one that got penalized for an unsafe re-entry to track. Took him from, I think, P6 to P9 last week in Bahrain. But he has been doing a lot of racing. I think I've seen him in EU3.
I think he might hit the most starts this season in AM or in across contest speed. We got someone around.
Yeah, possibly. Not sure where that was. Was that Texas? I think. He's dropped off the back of this train. E. Warren was able to make a move into turn 10 on Chewy, and that is a. We've already seen a couple moves there tonight. Don't typically see guys going for that bonsai move into turn 10, but it appears to be open and functional this evening. Secure the Perks is all over the back of Cheesehead. Remember, Secure the Perks, he's finished 4th a bunch, never sat on the podium of an AM2 race. Could be a storyline to keep an eye out for tonight, but he's got Ian Warren all over his diffuser tonight, or for the time being at least. Chewy as well. And Wing It has rejoined, and oh, I think that I jinxed E. Warren because he does not have a front wing anymore.
Yeah, and he's gonna have to wait for. Oh, who's that around? Tin Man. Oh no, Tin Man has lost it in the corner before E. Warren. So we had 2 Honda spins. I think both drivers are at least missing a portion of their front wing. Looks like Tin Man's missing that right end plate.
That's tough. Hasn't been a great start to the season for Tin Man. Don't believe. Yeah, he actually retired pretty early on due to illness last week in Bahrain. Shout out to Tin Man for being a trooper and at least trying to race his full-time AM2 debut season, last season's AM3 champion. We get still on the back here, and this is starting to break up a little bit. Texas has fallen off 4.2 seconds off the back of this. He's driving a pretty lonely race. Bergie's almost 2.5 seconds behind him in 9th. And for now, it looks like most of the action is going to come from this feisty little 9-car gruppetto. Cheesehead, Secure the Perks, Chewy, and Wing It. Got some moves going on back here. It's just Tin Man in the pits. I would assume he's going to be changing that front wing.
Yep, Tin Man and E. Warren there. E. Warren luckily started on the mediums, so he'll be going to the hard tires. See how long you can make it. I have no insight on regard tires, but 25 laps does seem like quite the task.
Yeah, I mean, Tin Man's pretty good on the mediums, and I don't think he's going to be able to stretch those out either. So, going to be interesting strategy from here, and of course, safety cars always on the table around Montreal. Kind of surprised we haven't seen one yet, but we haven't really had a catastrophic incident.
No, we had the BSC on that one, but yeah, full course caution is yet to happen. Another 30 seconds.
I see Motor. AM3 driver Motor in the comments. He said he's drunk, and then about 10 minutes later he said he's high as well. So, drunk and high on the airplane. Wait, hold on. What's that 2 Chainz lyric?
I don't
remember.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, It's from the 2012 Good Friday release. Mercy. Yeah, that one. Great song. Big time song when I was in college. Anyways, it's Kanye, 2 Chainz, and Big Sean, I believe. A little bit problematic, and speaking of problematic, Winged just loses it by himself out of turn 10, and unfortunately it looks like Chewy has picked up some front wing damage out of no really fault of his own. Yep, that right front end plate is gone. He's going to try to brave it out for at least
start on the
lap.
hards, so that's not surprising. And I mean, he does have a bit of a gap to the car behind him, but yeah, they're very unfortunate for Chewy. Really, Winged called it. He said he was going to struggle tonight, and that's unforced spin there. Kind of rings true to what he told us earlier.
No, that was actually Express. That was Express that said that. So Express was correct, but he was wrong about Dream. He said he'd finish in the top 10, but he's currently in 16th.
We got a long
after some
race
issues.
here now.
It's a long race, but it's starting to fly by. 12 out of 35 laps completed, about to be lap 13. Johnny's still keeping that gap around 1.5 seconds to Garvey, although he has picked up a time penalty for the first time tonight. Let's now secure the Perks, who seems more than happy just to sit behind Cheesehead in the DRS range. Cheesehead has tracked back about a second on Orlando over the past
Chewy dives into the pits here.
Yep,
decided that wing damage was too much to contend with.
Yeah, the walls are just a little too close around here to be able to put up competitive lap times with wing damage like that.
He should be able to come out pretty close here. I think he may be able to beat DK out the pits. Yeah, it'll be close.
I do
Long way
wonder.
down the pits.
I do wonder here. I think we might have a little bit of diffuser damage after getting clobbered by a Chewy. Not Chewy's fault, of course. Wing has already started to lose it out of 10.
Oh, he's in the fence.
Yeah, but he is really struggling right now. Bergie is all over the back of him. iExotic not too far behind him. Shout out to iExotic, but a very good drive from him up from last place on the grid. I don't even think he set a full lap in qualifying. He had a pretty heavy crash coming around the final corner into the pit wall. Either way, looks like we're going to have a little bit of a battle on our hands. Gap up front is 2 seconds now, so Johnny Damon actually stretching that lead out, which is crucial for him, because all those hard runners behind him.
Tin Man is spun onto the back straight. It's his second of the night, but he seems to be going again. I don't see any wing damage. Tough night for Tin Man.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Tough night for.
And the other Alpha Tauri's around. That's Texas.
Oh, Texas
turn 2.
is around at 2. Looks like there's no one quite behind him, but those hards are gonna, or those mediums are gonna be pretty toasty here for a little bit. iBergie and iExotic, god dang.
iBergie.
Bergie and iExotic are these two dudes are really hitting right now. Are really getting after it. Looks like a little bit of defending from the old Bergmeister going into what's that? Turn 6. Yeah, turn 6. I did a really terrible job of drawing my track map, so it does not look anything like Circuit du Villeneuve. So it's a little confusing whenever I'm looking at it. Dream has left the session. Is that a lag out from Dream?
I'll try to get him back in here.
Let's make sure he has another invite.
Yep.
But still surprised. No incident. Oh, Express has left the session as well.
I don't know about that one, but it's not my problem.
Yeah,
got a couple battles going on chasing Kev Quad.
Express says that his game is crashed.
Kev Quad has just died.
Oh no.
Out of the chicane, Dream's back in it as he passes the wrecked Haas of Kev Quad. Pulled a real Kevin Magnuson there in the right car too. Died out of the final chicane into the inside wall. There's no front wing now.
Indeed.
Texas as pit for cards.
Express seems shocked. Both he and Dream both lagged out at the same exact time. So might be syncing up.
Orlando is spun out of the final chicane. That is not a pit stop, but Johnny Damon is in the pits.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, or that's gonna be big. Here's Johnny Damon straps on the hards. See where he comes out. He's gonna come out behind this train of hard runners, or actually maybe in the middle of it. It's gonna be real hard to get these.
Side by side with Exotic.
It's gonna be tough to get the power down there. It's getting terrible camera angles here from Montreal. Johnny Damon, discretion is the better part of valor in that situation on those cold hards. Best focus on getting them up to temp before you try to attack anybody. But Orlando, big moment in this race, and he has dropped behind Cheesehead and secured the perks. He's going to lose a lot of time there to the two leaders. Well, Johnny Damon and Garvey were the two leaders. Yeah,
we'll see about Johnny Damon. He'll have the benefit of DRS. Maybe not on this lap. I'm not sure if he's quite in the DRS zone. He wasn't. But he is going to be stuck in this train behind the Aston Martin of Orlando, who just spun. But
Orlando's going to have to come in now. Orlando does not like the wear on those hard compound tires, and he is in the pits already. Diego Ayala, 46, says, "Vamos, Chewy."
Vamos, Chewy.
So nice to see he's got some fan support behind him.
It's a tough incident. He got caught up in it earlier. Who's that around?
Oh, he almost. Oh boy, and that almost was a deja vu moment for Chewy's DK slid coming out of turn 2. Chewy probably saw memories of the other Alpha Wing It doing the same thing right in front of him, ripping off his front wing. He's all over the back of him though. So 4 lap old mediums versus 14 lap old mediums. See how long he wants to sit behind. He might just wait until the DRS zone here, but oh boy, he's getting
the only problem is DK has DRS on the Williams of Harris Flex ahead of him.
Well, let's see this exit here from Chewy. Looks like DK was actually able to widen out that exit, and I think that might have given him a better chance down the Casino Straight. Yep, and yeah, Chewy's not going to be able to get by. Either way, those mediums are about done for. We have another slew of penalties coming in. So far, the top 3 on track are not affected
around in turn 1. Sorry to interrupt. We got Exotic around in turn 1. Is DK? Oh my goodness.
That's one way to get the move done from Chewy, but DK just completely missed his braking point. And is that Chewy going around the outside
of everyone?
Yeah. That was Harris, who has found himself in a points-paying position. Don't get to say that too often, but good for Harris. Unfortunately, unfortunately for him, Chewy just actually sent it around the outside. Good move from Chewy. I think he heard Diego Ayala in the comments saying "Vamos."
It definitely got him. Get that move done as he's now up to the back of the Aston Martin who had just spun, so this shouldn't be too hard of a move for Chewy.
Not sure if Orlando just had problems or if Chase had problems or what happened there, but that was a very weird sequence to jump in on. And Chase still trucking on those 13 lap old medium tires after having some unknown issues. If you're just tuning in on lap 3, I think. Texas and Chase, who are 1 and 2, got into some sort of incident around here, right there, the final chicane. That left both of the races somewhat compromised. Have to get to the root of that later. As DK gets past Harris. DK doing a good job stretching these mediums out. 16 laps, had to pit early due to damage. He now finds himself up in a P8.
Doing a solid job there. Chewy made the move on Exotic into turn 1. Made it before the corner. But Garvey pit early. He is now on fresh mediums, and I'd assume he's taking those to the end.
I'd also mention Johnny Damon just picked up 6 seconds worth of time penalties. Is someone ignoring blue flags? I believe that was Kevquad. 5 seconds.
It didn't look like he was ignoring them. It's just, I don't think Winged was close enough for Kevquad just to lift off the gas and let him by.
Yeah.
So, bit harsh from the game there.
Yeah, it is. See here, Secure the Perks has pit. Looks like he's going to come out by himself in clean air on those medium tires. Should be good news for him. He's 5 seconds off the back of Garvey and 6 seconds in front of Chews. We have a yellow flag somewhere. I guess that's not for anything in particular. But Johnny Damon, 6 seconds worth of time penalties. I think that will more than comfortably give the lead to Garvey. Not necessarily on track, but pending.
Yeah, it might be on track shortly. Garvey is only 6/10 behind Johnny Damon on 4-lap old hards compared to 1-lap mediums. Yep.
Garvey looking pretty strong here. You said last week he might be he's your dark horse pick to win the championship. Finished 6th in Bahrain. Had a topsy-turvy day there. But he could be in with a shot at his first career contest at Speed Victory.
We got an Alpine around. That's Chase. Oh no, on those 15-lap old mediums. Finally came back to bite him there.
Chase, was that Johnny? Did Johnny Damon pit? Johnny Damon is pit. Does he need a new front wing? That's... Oh, it's a strategic call from Johnny Damon. He is throwing on a new set of mediums after 4 laps on those hards.
He got tired of them real quick.
This is an interesting move, but he can't have 2 sets of mediums now, thanks to some changes in the game. And it looks like he's just going to try to raw dog his way through the field.
Oh, Orlando around in turn 1.
Again.
He's missing a front wing, left front end plate there.
Oh, and that might be okay. Good.
Yeah, nobody was coming
for that. I thought the game might give him a penalty for cutting through the grass there. Cheesehead has picked up a time penalty. Everybody is picking up time penalties, and that's kind of what we expected going into this race. 21 out of 35 laps, and BBRA Garvey. I keep telling myself I'm just going to call him Garvey, and it's very annoying. You just say Garvey. Garvey is now in complete control of this race. Knock on wood again.
No ERS for the McLaren. Absolutely 0 as he was crossing the start-finish line there. But, yeah, does have a commanding lead in terms of a gap back down to Secure the Perks, who is on 1-lap pressure mediums. But I don't think he has the pace to keep up with the McLaren there.
Yeah, I doubt it, but it is good news for Perks, who could be looking for his first podium here. I mentioned that a little bit earlier, but Perks put in another solid drive.
Did he pass Cheesehead on track?
I don't think so.
Because Cheesehead is now behind Secure the Perks by about 2 seconds, so maybe Cheesehead had front wing damage that we just couldn't see?
Oh yeah, perhaps. Perhaps,
and maybe he had to replace that, but he is now behind Alpine of Secure the Perks.
We'll check the penalty situation again here.
I can check the race director. I'm pretty sure it tells me.
3 seconds. 3 seconds for Secure the Perks and Cheesehead. Chewy has 5 seconds. They're in 4th. Winged has 3 seconds in 5th. Exotic has 6. Johnny Damon has 6. Texas has 3. Deathstorm has 6. Bergie has 10. That is the top 10. Dream has done a good job. He is, along with Garvey, the only man who has not picked up a penalty yet. on the day.
So looking at the pit stops here, Secure the Perks pit a lap before Cheesehead, so getting the undercut on the Ferrari, but no front wing change for either one of those cars. So it looks like the undercut worked very well for Secure the Perks, who was stuck behind Cheesehead for most of that first stint.
There's now a bit of a train forming behind Wing It. Actually, I think Wing It should be able to clear this pretty easily. Yeah, he's on fresh mediums. Exotic, along with Deathstorm. So shout out to those guys, being able to stretch these hards 22 laps. Might be going for a hard soft, maybe. If they can keep this going any longer. Johnny Damon, though, we've seen him be an absolute piss missile down the casino straight all night long, and I think he's about to virtually assault Exotic in terms of
without DRS. Look at the speed difference there between those two cars.
Yeah, and he's got that cleared halfway down the straightaway. So not sure what kind of wings Johnny Damon's running, but
Exotic hits the fence out of the wall of champions.
And Chewy's in the pits.
Yep. Looks like a new set of mediums. He's serving a 5-second time penalty. I don't know what for though.
I think that was for the contact that he made with Wing It, maybe.
Let's check the race director.
Yeah, check the race director. Or it might have been just speeding. I think he sped in the pit lane on his first. So he's gonna get that cleared out. He's gonna put on some fresh mediums. Been a strong race from Chewy though. Unfortunate, bad luck for him, but has shown better pace than last week at least.
Yep, he was speeding. That's his first time around.
Bergie now on the fresh mediums is tracking down Deathstorm. He's going to get that done in the rarely used DRS zone into 8 and 9. Dream picks up a 3-second time penalty. Also, Harris picked up a time penalty. His first
he's
race,
up
so
15 seconds. Harris.
Oh God, what did he do? I thought he didn't have any, or maybe I'm mixing him up with somebody else. Either way, Garvey and now that Chewy has that penalty removed are the two clean drivers so far, with about 11 laps to go. Here in
I believe Harris collects a lot of penalties.
Exotic is put on the softs. This will be a fun little last 10 laps for him. Should be able to get himself up in the points if he plays his cards right. First man to run softs outside of Red Mask today. In which that strategy did not work out for Red Mask. He's currently 18th.
Looking at the grid here, a lot of penalties. Secure the Perks, Cheesehead, and Wing It all on 3 seconds. Johnny Damon, the 6. 3 seconds for Texas Tornado. 6 for Bergie. 9 for Deathstorm. Who, yeah, is yet to pit. I guess he did pit very early in this race, didn't he? During that VSC, looks like. But DK at 6 seconds, and Harrisplex rounding out the points with 15 seconds. But Chewy, he's clean. Exotic, who just fitted those softs on 9 seconds.
I do appreciate Codemaster's attempts at the helicopter shots around Circuit de Villeneuve, but I gotta say, probably helicopter shots on a forest island. Can't really get the best angles.
Kev Quad is just spun and he retired. He spun out of turn 2. Just got on board with it. It is a full course caution.
Oh, we got a safety car. Boy, this is gonna be interesting. Garvey thinking about it. Staying out on the 7-lap-old mediums. I think if you're anyone not named Garvey, you're now going to be throwing on the softs.
Yep.
Secure the Perks is in. Cheesehead is in. Wing It has clawed his way up to 4th. And he is going to be in. Damon. Johnny Damon is going to be in. Texas Tornadoes in 6th. He's on those hards. You better believe he's going to get off those. So yeah, I think everybody's going to be throwing on these soft tires.
Yeah, I feel like Garvey was a bit of a damned if he did, damned if he didn't situation.
Absolutely.
If he pit, yeah, I think at least 2 of those drivers behind him are staying out just to get track position. But
Chewy, especially, yeah, this is probably the right call from Chewy, especially with now that he doesn't have any penalties, to go ahead and filter up into P6
without penalties.
Yeah,
so I mean, Garvey, as long as he can hold up, secure the perks for at least a lap or 2, should be okay. I'd say par is about 6 seconds through the grid in terms of penalties, but it's 3 seconds for both 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So the longer he can hold up these guys on softs, the better it'll play in his hand.
Yep. And I mean, just looking back here, BBR A Garvey, 8 lap old medium, secure the perks, softs. We get softs, Cheesehead softs, Johnny Damon softs. Chase has picked up a 3-second time penalty under safety car. That's soft. Chewy on the mediums. His teammate might be able to help a little bit at least. Up in P6. Exotic softs. Texas softs. Bergie softs. DK softs. Deathstorm softs. Harris softs. Garvey's gonna be feeling like. Oh
wait, I gotta take a shot for Kev Quad.
Yeah, Garvey's gonna be feeling like that little white girl on that couch. If you know the meme.
The ultimate meme.
Yeah, if you know the meme, you know the meme. It's gonna be what he's feeling. He's gonna be fending off back shots for the rest of this race. Going back through, Express says this game is the best, easily, no connection issues, no quality issues, no random spins. Love the game. Make sure you hit up the guys at EA and Codemasters with those glowing endorsements. I'm sure they get them all the time. They'll love that. Yeah, it'll definitely make their day. It would make their day even more if you asked them if they could incorporate Ultimate Team into F1 as well.
Oh yeah. Lewis Hamilton worth 1 million Bitcoins.
No way, I just unlocked a 1968 Jackie Stewart. Whoa.
Whoa! What a legend. I just got the 98 overall Niki Lauda card. Yeah, just imagine how bad that would be if we had a Ultimate Team in F1. Do you think it would get played? Is the real question.
One saving grace is that it probably wouldn't have any way of. I don't know how that would even work.
It depends on if they buy the F1 Manager game. If they had the F1 Manager game within this one, then you could add the Ultimate Team mode.
Oh yeah, definitely. For sure, Red Mask is in the pits as a late pit stop for Red Mask. I would assume he's going to put on some new hards. There he is. I think he's going to lose a spot for it.
Nope.
Yeah, well, in that Haas garage, he's pretty much towards the end of that pit lane. So Garvey doing a good job trying to keep those mediums up to temp, but ooh, boy, this is going to be.
I think if he can hold him off for at least 2 laps, he has the pace to at least keep up with these guys. I wish I had tasks, but I gotta look at this manually. I want to look at his warnings, see if he has any. He has 1 warning, so he can push a little bit, not quite on the limit of a penalty. Secure the Perks has 1 warning plus a penalty, so he is he's pretty close to getting 6 seconds. So I think as long as Garvey can keep Secure the Perks behind him for at least 1 lap, I think he's got a good shot of at least holding on to this win.
Yeah.
In the penalty situation.
Yeah, definitely don't disagree with that. Also, storyline to keep in mind, Wing It. Looking for his 4th consecutive win going back to last season. He is now in position to do so, but it looks like Garvey's let it loose a little bit before the final chicane, and we've got a 5-lap shootout here from Montreal. Secure the Perks does not get great X. I think Garvey did a very good job considering tire situation to get away a little bit, but just look at that grip through turns 1 and 2. That's 3/10 right there for Secure the Perks. Garvey's gonna have to defend for his life the rest of this race.
Yeah, we saw Johnny Damon with a lot of straight line speed. I think he may be one to benefit from the field packing back up. I don't think DRS really is a thing that he worries about tonight, with his probably 0-0 wings around here in Montreal.
Yeah, absolutely true.
Oh, what a move here from Wing It!
Wing It with another bonsai move. We've been seeing bonsai moves through turn 10. Kamui Kobayashi would be proud. Secure the Perks, trying to get a little bit more heat.
Wing It's teammate DK is out, spun around at the hairpin, and he is pretty much out of contention.
We hate that. We hate that for the troops. DK.
Yeah, speaking of the troops, PBR Garvey.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Shout out to the Jet. We'll thank him a lot, I have a feeling, in a few minutes' time. But Garvey still holding off. That gap hasn't changed too much. Obviously, Winged had to make a move, but he's burning right through that ERS. See that red light blinking on the back of his McLaren. Means he is under 20%.
But he's doing what he needs to do right now.
Absolutely.
You know, as long as he can hold off until DRS, which will be activated next lap, even if he gets past, he'll probably have DRS on the car ahead of him for the next straightaway. So, and as long as he has that, I doubt he'll be under too much threat for the rest of this race. Man, but Winged is right there with 60%
right
DRS against
boy, and a
nothing.
little bit of oversteer once he got the throttle down.
I think Winged has to go for it now, and he is. He's on the button.
All over
Winged has to take the outside, but yeah, just all the way down the straightaway. Nothing Garvey could do. He's got to stay within DRS of Winged here. Winged has a chance of getting away. He only has 3 seconds in penalties.
Yeah, 3 seconds in penalties for Winged. Now is where we'll see really where Garvey mentally. This is going to be very tough. He's got to defend, but he also has to attack. He's got to stay within that 1 second. See what he's made of.
It's going to be close. He might have it on this back straightaway. But I mean, you can really see the grip here between the softs. He's already under attack from Secure the Perks, and he's about a second behind Winged already.
And that is the last thing that Garvey's going to want. Ooh, flirting right around.
It's close, but the grip through the softs are going to pull it. Yeah, he's not going to have it on the back straight.
Oh, he's burning though. Yeah, he's burning all he can.
I don't think he was at that 1 second gap at the detection point, and I think he might be under pressure from Secure the Perks.
Yep. He's gonna be a sitting duck here.
Oh
no! Keep a cool head, but Perks is gonna be able to make this move easily.
Well, and here comes Johnny Damon around the outside of Cheesehead.
Yeah.
Oh, but he missed the
and
breaking
he
point.
blows the breaking point. Johnny Damon has to jump over the sleeping policeman there, and that is not ideal. Cheesehead catches a bit of a break, must be said, but that entire process...
Whoa, we got a big wreck here. Harris Flex in the chicane. We got a couple cars involved. Tin Man. That's
Chase. Tin Man's retired in the pits. Chase is retired in the pits. Not entirely sure what all transpired there.
Whoa, and Texas Tornado is around. Rough lap for AlphaTauri. He's out. His right left rear tire is gone and in the barrier. But we're too late for a safety car, I guess.
Yeah, definitely are.
The game.
I'm gonna pop off this little leader here, because this is where it's gonna matter. BBR Garvey has to stay within 3 seconds. We're getting close to 2 laps to go.
He's holding on to DRS to secure, so this will pull him along this straightaway, but
it'll help.
I don't think he has the grip. He'll have DRS down this straightaway as well. That'll help him out. It's going to keep him right around 2 seconds to Wing It. Oh man, it'll be close.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very close. We've seen a lot of very close races here in AM2 over the years decided by penalties, and boy, it is.
It looks like Secure the Perks is the fastest car on track.
Yeah,
He's
Perks
tracking down Wing It.
Yeah, Perks might be in with a shot as well. I think any of these three can theoretically win this race. Johnny Damon was able to get past Cheesehead at some point also. So.
Garvey's dropping back after that first sector. Very technical part of the track with a lot of chicanes, a lot of lateral grip required. The mediums on that McLaren can't keep up. He's not going to have DRS down this down these two straightaways here.
Gets in a little deep into turn 10 as well. This is going to be an incredible drive from Garvey if he can hold on to this gap. He needs 8 tenths.
Secures. He's got the gap. He's got to make sure he doesn't get another warning. He's right on the limit for 6 seconds. He's got to burn his ERS down these straightaways. He'll gain it back in the corners, but he's holding on to it here for now on the final lap. Garvey, oh man, I think he's just about hanging on to this gap. He's got about 5 seconds. He needs to Secure the Perks to try to go for a move for the win here.
Oh boy, this is what we love to see. 16% ERS for Perks, 17% for Wing It. These guys are very close to one another. And could Garvey on 5% ERS, could he stay in contention here? 5 tenths for half a lap. We'll have to see how this goes, but either way, this is setting up to be a very cracking finish here in our first
Secure
trip
the
to
Perks
Montreal.
is there. He's close enough. Oh, Garvey gets 3 seconds.
Oh, Garvey gets 3 seconds. This is for the outright win now. Wing It and Secure the Perks. Wing It looking for his 4th consecutive race win on the trot going back to last season. Secure the Perks is not going to get the greatest exit.
Yeah, what a run by Wing It out that hairpin.
Wing is able to clutch up there out of the final, into the final DRS zone, and I think Wing is going to get this. Perks does a good job of hanging on to it, but it's going to be Wing It for 4th, for the 4th race in a row, hanging off Secure the Perks with his first career podium. And then Garvey, I think that's his first career podium as well, so congrats to...
No, he got third in...
oh, yeah, he did.
Belgium, or not Belgium, Jesus.
I think it was Brazil.
Brazil, yeah. There's a lot of big countries.
Cheesehead finishes 4th. Chewy with a very good performance. An interesting strategy. Got bailed out a little bit by that safety car, but nonetheless, he comes home in 5th. Johnny D for him. Dream in 8th, despite all of his trials and tribulations. Orlando in 9th for the 2nd consecutive race. And Deathstorm got a point. Hey, give it up for Deathstorm.
Breaking the P11 and 12 curse there. Deathstorm able to snag a point. Wing It driver of the day. He did have a 5-place grid penalty from his P6 starting position, so P11 to P1. Quite the race there.
It seemed like Texas isn't thrilled with what happened. He says that Chase turned in on him earlier, and then whatever happened there wasn't his fault either. I guess you could say that Karma's undefeated. If you go back to last week. Either way, the points are going to be all shaken up after that.
Except for Wing It and P1, huh?
Except for first, because Wing It's going to have 50 points out of 50 possible points. Yeah, I didn't check fastest laps though, so I might be wrong. So yeah, wow. Talk about an incredible start to his season. It is Wing It. Boy, good for him. Secure the Perks. Good for him as well. First career podium. Yet again. BBRA Garvey in P3. Be good for his podium. He finished 6th last week, I believe. Cheesehead in 4th. Chewy in 5th. Johnny Damon in 6th. Bergie in 7th. Dream 8th. Orlando 9th. Death in 10th. E. Warren 11th. DK 12th. Red Mask 13th. 14th is iExotic. Texas Tornado, Tin Man Chase, Harris, Kev Quad, Express all did not finish this evening here in Montreal.
So we're starting to get some of these drivers in. for their interviews. BBR Garvey, if you could mute your mic, there's a bit of an echo, as I know you're listening to the stream.
Yeah, very exciting. You don't have to listen to it anymore because you are now in the stream. EA Sports.
Who got the fastest lap that race? It's Chase. So Chase takes that point with him to the grave.
Yeah, I think the same thing happened last week as well.
I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. But we'll try to get everyone in here. Garvey first. And I think he was able to get P3.
Hey, Garvey, were you on the podium in Brazil last season?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Just making sure. I believe your audio is good and everything. But yeah, there's Wing It, the race winner. He has joined the party, but a very interesting race, definitely aided by the late safety car. I know Garvey's definitely not going to be too thrilled about that. He was probably the only person on the track not hoping for a safety car. But we'll wait a second, see if we can get the percolator in here as well. Would hate for Secure the Perks to secure his first career podium.
And then not show up?
And then not show up.
Yeah, that would be
maybe
terrible.
if I hound him in Discord.
I made sure I did. We'll give him a minute. But while we're here, I might as well thank BBR Garvey for his service.
Oh, we're big thank you for your service, guys, here on the AM2 broadcast.
Thank you.
No worries.
We'll give you that shout out first. We'll go ahead and start with your interview as you finished P3 in this race. I'm pretty sure. Did you finish P2? I honestly didn't look at the results.
I should have been P2, but I caught that 3-second limit on like one of the last turns, like a fool. So.
For you. What a race! You definitely had the pace to win it, but you were in a pretty tough situation regarding your pit strategy there on that last safety car. Stayed out. But you were able to get the podium in the end, so run us through it there.
Yeah, I stayed out because I had the 3-second. They had the 3-second penalties behind me, so I figured I could at least hang on for the 3 seconds. And then, of course, I let that go by like a tenth, and I caught the penalty on the last lap. So kind of all went to crap, but it was a good race. It was fun, and congratulations to Wing It again. He's on a roll. It was a good race.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely ran the best you could. Had the pace in that first stint, and then caught the lead at the last safety car. I think you ran about the best races you could, but you were in a tough situation when the safety car came out.
Yeah, it's kind of Brazil deja vu is the same thing.
in a nutshell, right? But yeah, you did a great job to hold on to the podium there with all the soft runners behind you. So, congratulations.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for the race.
No problem. Thank you.
Lovely to have you. We'll move on to Secure the Perks. Make sure your audio is shared.
Yep.
Nope, we can hear.
Nice to meet you, finally. Oh my goodness. It's been about 2 seasons now. You finally got a podium here in AM2. How do you feel?
I feel amazing, honestly. I mean, that was probably one of my best races I've ever done. Besides that penalty, I was really consistent on every lap. I kept it far away from the wall. I know I hurt a few people in my party. They hit the wall and had some damage, so I was just able to keep it consistent and lock in the whole race and do what I could. I tried my best, but I gave it all I could.
Yeah, you got me smiling ear to ear, having you on the podium here. I didn't quite have enough for Wing It in the end. Got close, but Wing It with an absolute, perfect final hairpin there. Drove away from you down that last DRS straight. Do you think you had anything for him, or were you just trying to set up for that last DRS run?
Well, I noticed he wasn't flashing for like the last 2 laps, and I was, so I noticed my ERS was low. The only way that I would have got him, I mean, pretty sure I had lower wings. I felt like I was faster than him on a straight, but like I said, he had a lot of battery. I didn't really, so there was nothing I could do really.
Yeah, well, that happens sometimes, but definitely got to be excited to get your first podium here at AM2. Hell yeah, we vibe with that.
Hell yeah,
so, hell yeah. But congratulations here on your first AM2 podium. Second race here. You had pole last week, so maybe this is a sign of things to come for Secure the Perks here in AM2. The Alpine team looks strong. Y'all just got to put some races together. But congratulations nonetheless.
GG's to Wing It and Garvey as well. So
love the sportsmanship. We'll move on to Wing It. Man, fourth win in a row. You had a great end to last season and already carrying it into this season. 2 wins for you now. Are you gonna win out all the way the entire season?
Oh man, guys, did I tell you I love Canada? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I don't think you did.
Oh my
goodness.
That was an absolute stunning race, and thank you guys for the congratulations there. Wow, I thought I completely blew it in qualifying. I took a 5-place grid penalty for a bonehead move. It's qualifying's never been my strong suit, but wow, the car felt dialed in today. Even with a spin during the race, I somehow made it up, and that last safety car was really all I needed. And at the end, I thought Garvey was going to get me because he was still within 3 seconds going down the final straightaway there. But I had the perfect exit out of the hairpin to defend off Secure the Perks. I was thinking that he had a lot of ERS, but didn't end up having as much for me as I thought. And I was running pretty low myself because I had to drain it to get past Garvey to try and extend that 3-second gap. But wow, that was probably the best of the 4 straight wins. So let's keep it rolling. But every race is a new race, and I can't be thinking that I've got it in the bag at all. I've had too many seasons of just outside the top 10 for too long.
Well, yeah, I mean, you had that win, or sorry, not that win, that spin earlier in the race out of the hairpin. We thought you were pretty much done after that in terms of getting a win, but you drove back. The safety car helped a lot, and you made the most of it. Yeah, other than that, congratulations. What a race.
Thank you.
It was. We definitely needed that last safety car to spice everything up, but boy was it.
Yes, we did.
You made the move on Garvey, and was able to hold on for the win. Congratulations on your second win this season, and I guess we'll move it on to Kitten to wrap it up. Don't have too much else to ask here.
Yeah. For sure. That was a surprisingly good race. I do feel bad for Garvey, unfortunately. That he definitely wins the Cuck of the Week award. After that, Wing It won Cam Dizzle. Yes, in the chat. And I'd be remiss if I don't thank Fanatec, SimLab, Digital Motorsports, Track Racer, Petrol Vibes, NordVPN, and IMB Racewear for sponsoring yet another electric AM Tuesday here on the Cost_Formula 1 channel. You guys can check out contestofspeed.com and Contest of Speed on every social media platform except for probably MySpace, Megalodon. Maybe not on there. Maybe we're not on Truth Social yet, but we're working on it. But yeah, overall, fun stuff. Big time congrats to L Wing It. Big time congrats to Secure the Perks. Finally got the monkey off his back and got into a podium paying position. Big shout out to Garvey, who probably would have won this race going away had it not been for that final safety car with about 10 laps to go. But such is life racing at street circuits like this. For those three, for Andy Wu, I'm Kid Petter. We'll see you next week in...
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. Yeah, let's check. Somebody play Jeopardy music.
We're in Coda.
We're in Coda next week. We'll be in lovely Austin, Texas. Feel free to enjoy some barbecue. Some Matthew McConaughey clips. My favorite Matthew McConaughey clip is the best thing about high school girls is they keep, or I keep getting older and they stay the same age. That's actually my favorite quote from him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with that, we'll bid you adieu until next week. Make sure to check out AM1 tomorrow night. Same time,
don't
same
watch
place.
that.
Yeah, actually, don't watch it. Actually, no, watch it because Smeg's great. Watch EU2 tomorrow afternoon, or EU2 tomorrow afternoon. EU1 will be Thursday afternoon. All from the same place on the same account, of course. And then we'll start the whole process over next Monday. So until then, everybody have a nice weekend. Have some safe racing out there. And don't do any Paul Walker type activities. We'll see you next week.